Hi guys, Irit here with a process video for HipKit Club, and this is the first layout I created using the September 2016 kits, which are just beautiful. And I'm doing a very simple background, just using the packaging technique, and I'm using one of the goodies we got in the color kit. This is a product called Creamies by Shimmers, and the color is called Grapefruit, and it's a beautiful color that really matches the kit well. Now, the Creamies come hard, like pan watercolors. Well, they are pan watercolors. They have a satin finish, so they have a little bit of shimmer to them, and you have to add water to activate the paint. And when you use the packaging technique, you just want to make sure you have enough water to really let the color flow, but not too much, because then you'll buckle your cardstock. So it's a delicate balance. No, not really, but you just have to experiment a little bit with it. If you see that you don't get such nice stains on your background, then you probably need more water. So while my background is drying, I am building the layers behind my photo, and this layout was very much inspired by Suze Fish, who is a fantastic scrapbooker. And yeah, I was just watching one of her videos and I just loved the way she worked. So she also did the background first, and then while it was drying, she took her photo and started building the layers behind it. And yeah, it's just a lot of fun, and you can go on and on and on. So I decided to stay with an almost monochromatic color scheme. I'm using just the pinks and the corals from the kit, and that's a really great idea to help you narrow down your choices of products, because especially when you start a kit, because there's just so much and you're not sure what to use. So try just picking a very narrow color scheme or a monochromatic color scheme. And that's what I did, and anything that didn't fit had to go. So I'm adding some, at this point, because my photo is relatively small, I'm adding layers from the ephemera pack that we got in the main kit, and that's from the Maggie Holmes Gather collection. It's just beautiful. So there are lots of bits and pieces there, and I think they work really well as layers, especially the big ones. I always have a hard time using those as embellishments. So I'm just showing you that I am adding stitching as I go. I think it's better to add it as you go, especially if, like me, you're doing a lot of layers, just so your sewing machine doesn't hate you. And so it's obviously easier to sew through 2 papers instead of 4 or 5. And my background is dry, and I just want to play around with the placement. I'm also using, besides the ephemera pack, I cut one of the papers that we got in the kit. It's also from the Maggie Holmes collection, and it has all these just rows and rows of kind of Polaroid frames with all kinds of different patterns, and these are just perfect to cut out. So I'm going to use them here also as layers behind my photo. And I'm working now on my next layout, and I'm also using them. We'll see what comes out of it. Not all my layouts make it to my design team projects, but I'm doing something fun with them, so hopefully I can show you that next week. And you see this card, I'm just cutting out the colors that work for me, and then I can use the other part for a layout with some gray and mint. So sorry about the light. It was just I was working at an hour where the sun comes directly through my window, and I keep having to adjust, like to close down the shutters a bit, because it's just creates a lot of shadows, and the light is still very bright also when I close the shutters. So and then there are the clouds. So the weather was not video friendly. Let's say it like that. No, I'm happy that there was sun. That means it's as friendly as can be here in Europe. So I'm just trying to yeah, just add some more layers. And this is just a lot of fun to do this, and you can keep going and going. So that number 3 is from the thickers. It's like words and embellishment package of thickers that also came in the main kit, also from the Maggie Holmes Gather collection. And I'm going to cut that little ticket sort of thing and use it in 2 places like tabs, because the shape is like a tab. So the number 3 comes from that thickers package, and I decided to use it because there are 3 of us in the photo. I know I have such an imagination. It's really amazing. So, and it also worked with my color scheme. It has like these little black polka dots, and I'm going to use accents in black and white. I think you'll see that later. So all the papers that have like black and white or embellishments, they go with pretty much everything. And yeah, besides that, yeah, so I got my my September kits last Monday, so this will be posted like 5 days later, and they are gorgeous. I wish I had more time to play with them, but you know how life gets in the way. And a couple more things. I have a Killer Kit video up for showing all the layouts I made with August kits. If you still need ideas on using your August kits, check that out. I don't have a lot left from that kit. And I also have a new class on big picture classes. Well, it came out, I think, a couple of weeks ago, and it's been doing really well. And yeah, it's just a really fun mixed media class, and it's, I think, very I wouldn't say simple or basic, but yeah, I would say simple, because it just simplifies the whole process of viewing. What is viewing? Of using mixed media. And yeah, I just show you, it's called Winning Mixed Media Combos, and like McDonald's. I just show you like 2 ingredients that work really well together, and you know, through that you can get to know your products and see how to create interesting texture and look with just 2 ingredients. So for example, gesso and acrylic paint. And it's technique based, lots of fun techniques. You just need some basic mixed media products and, you know, some papers and some photos, and you can get going immediately. So I hope you'll check that out. It's my 3rd class in big picture classes, so I also have 2 more classes there. And yeah, I decided, back to the layout, I decided I wanted to add something to balance a small cluster there on the left side. And I'm trying to repeat elements that I have in the main cluster. So whenever I put something on a layout, I try to put it in another place. So if I have chipboard in one place, I'll try to add chipboard in another place. If I have this rose gold stickers that we got in the embellishment kit, I added them to one place, and then I'm going to search for a place to add another one. That makes your design cohesive, and it just yeah, it's just more pleasing to the eye. And the last touch was, I felt I needed something, so I went with just a touch of black and white pattern paper peeking behind the cardstock. This again is very much inspired by my friend Sue's Fish, and yeah, and I'm just running that through my sewing machine because I have sewing in another place on the layout, and that will be it. So pretty simple, and I think a really good you know, start, something to help you get going with using a new kit. And yeah, I'm just going to add some foam behind my main cluster. Ooh, I also fussy cut a couple of leaves from one of the pattern papers, one of the gorgeous florals that came in the kit, also from the Maggie Holmes. And yeah, that's it. So I think the the last thing I'm going to do is add some journaling. So I'm just going to grab my ruler and draw some lines and then add my journaling. And oh, there's that sticker I was telling you about. I decided to move the three down to the little cluster just because it felt a bit more balanced there to me. And I like that hashtag smile as my very small title. You know, you don't always have to have a big title. So this is my finished layout. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave me a comment if you have any questions. I wish you a lovely day. Bye.